Oh, Carl!
Oh yes, I'm old Carl. I'm Irish if I would have had different parents. But I'm Chef Carl Food Whisperer. And today we're making old-fashioned corned beef and cabbage, the whole enchilada, even though we're not eating enchiladas. And we have rye bread and lots of great food. So stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Chef Carl, Food Whisperer, taking the mystery out of cooking.
Okay, so we're back, and as I said, we're making oven-baked corned beef and cabbage with the carrots and red potatoes, celery and onions, a little bit like a New England boiled dinner. And I have 2 pieces of meat. This is what they call the flat, and it tends to be flatter and a leaner piece. And this is what they call the point, and I'm pretty sure that the point kind of sits by almost like a brisket. And what we want to do, they give you spice packs inside of it. A lot of people cut them open and they boil it, but I'm just going to poke a couple of holes. And if I see red, I've gone too deep. Lay it in the pan. And the briskets, corned beef briskets, have about 35% pump in them, which is what they pump in for flavor. So that's liquid and a little salt and whatnot. And don't forget, when you cook them, any meat loses about 30%. So about half of the weight of this is going to be gone, and I got almost 6 pounds. So I'll end up with about 2 3/4 to 3 1/4 pounds of finished product. And we're going to put it in the oven at 375 for about 1.5 hours covered. We're going to add some water to this. And then after half an hour, I'm putting the vegetables in, which we'll make next. And we'll bake them for about 1.5 hours. So about 2 hours, 2.5 hours total for everything. I'll show you, we're going to let it rest, and then we're going to serve up a nice lunch/dinner for Ward 9. So hold on here, and I'm going to... So I've almost covered the briskets about halfway, and I'm going to cover it, and then we're going to bake it. And we want to hit an internal temperature about 200 degrees. That breaks by that time the fibers break down, and it should be nice and tender. So after 1.5 hours, we're going to take these out of the oven, pour the juice off the vegetables, and I'm going to save it for stock. And we're going to pour the juice from the corned beef onto the vegetables, add fresh water, so the corned beef is not too salty. For the beef, where's the beef? I think I need new pot holders. So next what we're going to do is pan up the vegetables. And of course, with the finished product, I have rye bread, nice earthy bread. You serve it with nice butter, horseradish or creamy horseradish mustard. It's going to be good. So let's get this party started. As I said, I used 1 corned beef flat, 1 point cut. The first thing I'm going to do is cut this head of cabbage into wedges. I usually trim a little bit off the stem. Waste not, want not. Try to split it. Cut carefully. If it gets tough, start going from the other side. You can see the core here. And I'm leaving it in. I trimmed off a little bit. And I'm just going to cut through. Make little wedges, little slices, hunks. Shingle. And you don't have to. I cut some red potatoes ahead of time. Just any, you can use small ones, big ones. It's just for, I keep them larger because it balances out the cooking time. Then I have a little lemon juice in this water so they stay nice. So basically what you're doing is just cutting in half like this. Like this. Then I pre-cut some celery and carrots. And I actually have some carrots from my back, the baby carrots. Just toss them in here. I also have a little celery. Some onion. And the onion and celery is more New England style, but I like it, and it's my food, so I'll do what I want. Okay, so now I'm going to add a few pats of butter. This is real butter. Going to add a little bit of water. Going to crank on a little fresh black pepper. If you don't like black pepper, omit it. I'm not adding any salt because later, after about an hour, 20 minutes of cooking, I'm going to take the juice from the corned beef, drain this off, and put it in here, and it's going to get all that loving flavor. You got that loving feeling. Okay, I don't know if that's close. And I'm putting the V on for victory or vegetables. This goes on the top shelf into my convection oven for about an hour, hour and a half tops. But like I said, after an hour, we're going to pull this out, drain this juice off for stock. Now, how now, brown cow? We're going in the oven. Now, we wait for deliciousness. And I like to also, when I have a few minutes, thank all our military, present, past, and future, and all the people that are out there doing a job to make our lives better. And it doesn't matter if you're working from home or you're a teacher or a first responder. If you're working, thank you. Oh, the corned beef's been in the oven for about an hour and a half, or actually 2 hours, at 375 on convection. And my pan of vegetables that we made up has been in there for about an hour and a half. And what I'll do is when I take the vegetables out, drain off the juice into this pot, and then we're going to drain the corned beef juice into the vegetable pan to give them that nice corned beef flavor. And then I'm going to put water with the corned beef to get the saltiness out. So let's see what's cooking. Good looking. Okay. Whew. I see steam coming up, so that's good. Woohoo! Alright, I'm going to try to open this up without burning my hands too badly. Woohoo! Now that's a nice looking pan. Alright, we're going to see how much juice we got without spilling this too much. Now this juice I'm going to save and make, I have some chicken stock and I'm going to add it to it. I'm going to have a nice chicken vegetable stock noodle soup. Be nice on these chilly days. Okay, look at that. Those carrots, potatoes, onions, celery, cabbage. Now, let's check out the corned beef. All right. Now pouring the juice over the vegetables. But the juice is a little salty. And you can see I have the flavor packs. I pierced the packages so it would let the flavor come out, but you don't have all the mustard seeds and peppers and stuff floating around. I put a little fresh hot water. Just want to take a quick temperature. We're looking good. We're almost 200 degrees. So I'm going to turn these over. I'm going to let this cook another about 20 minutes. Crazy rabbit. As I said, I'll probably do the vegetables for another 15 or 20 minutes, and the corned beef about 20 minutes, half an hour, we'll see. So, let's put this back in. See, always make sure you have thick pot holders. Yowza. Do as I say, not as I do, please. Lesson learned. We'll be back in a few minutes here. So it's been about 25 minutes in the oven, and we got 11 seconds to go. We're going to take our vegetables and our corned beef out. I'm going to slice it up, and we're going to be good to go. 3, 2, 1, 1. Okay. Timer off. Louise. My dog is here. She's hungry. Get back. Okay. Whoa! Woohoo! Just gonna put this here. Making sure I don't burn myself again. Here's our veggies. So, let's see what we got. Woohoo! You're hot, you're hot. Look at that. That is a thing of beauty. Okay, so what I'm going to do, look at that cabbage, beautiful. Put a piece of cabbage, some nice potatoes, they're tender, they're falling apart. Wow. Some carrots. I always have a little onion. And I put celery in it, so it's sort of like a New England boiled dinner, but I just like the flavor. I put some of these baby carrots. It doesn't matter what kind of carrots you use, just as long as they're fresh. I went to a restaurant one time, and they used canned potatoes, canned carrots, paper thin shaped processed corned beef. I wasn't a happy camper. So I'm going to move this up so I can cut the corned beef and, well, Fort and I will be ready for some good food. Now, I don't wear gloves because I break out, but I have sanitizer, handy wipes, and sanitizer in the sink. So let's see what we got cooking, good looking. This is the flat, and this is the point. What's the point of the point? Point kind of on top of the flat, like the deck on a brisket. So you always want to cut across the grain. And the point's a little fattier. I know this is hot ward, but here.
Okay.
I'll force you to have a piece.
Delicious.
All right. I always leave a little fat on. Woohoo! Because that's where it's at. And I tell you what, you're not going to get much better than that. Corned beef and cabbage for St. Patrick's Day or any day, all baked in the oven. And don't forget, I'm Chef Carl, Food Whisperer, and watch me on YouTube if you would. Please subscribe and leave a comment. Tell me what you want me to, what would you like to make. That's all. What you would like me to make. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.